Making forests from flowers. Giving glory to simple things brings perfection through keys and strings. Westward winds blow for change, revolving heroes. We're also brave. Faithful love to heart and soul is where truth lies, in grace and mercy. The light of the world sparkles in the moonlight. Destiny's vision crowns the dreamer. Softly blowing, winds carry song, giving glory to simple things. Welcome. This week's word was brought to you by the radiant effervescence that is Jennifer Rose. Thank you very much for letting me introduce with that really, really beautiful poem. And Jennifer's coming up at 9 o'clock with the Love Show. Great show last week. It's a really cool concept. I know a bunch of you are sticking around, so make sure everybody catches it later. Hello, Diana. Welcome. Evie, good to see you. You know, Evie, you spell Evie with a Y. That's kind of significant. There's a big difference between a Y and an I, like numerologically in a huge way, as well as a whole duality thing. You and I should remind me next time we talk, and let's converse on that. All right, let me see who else is here. Yes, the light wizard. Yes, Sierrison. Lynn, good to see you. Michelle, Maggie, welcome. Vivian, thanks for coming, man. Boy, you've had it pretty crazy out there. I hope the storm didn't kick you too much. And have you been over near the volcano when it's like spewing out like 1,000-foot? Like, I've seen pictures of it. Just the energy from the pictures is enough, man. I would love to go over there and just soak some of that up in a really huge way. Yeah. Charlene, good to see you. Wow. Really nice, the family to show up. Maggie, welcome. Yeah. Super cool. We got a fun one tonight. Before we get started, let me just give some props to my erstwhile sponsors. Fried Okra Entertainment. And I am so happy that Mercury retrograde is coming to a close on Friday, which is coming to a close on Friday on the 20th, which happens to be the equinox, which, woohoo, man. Thank you for the change of energy. And let's get to Aries. I can't wait, man. Pisces has been so mean to me. Yeah. All right. So anyway, my friend Ernie Mosteller, amazing director, photographer, creative genius. Check out his work at Fried Okra Entertainment, friedokra.tv is the website. And my other total angel, Audrey Asciutto, Audrey's place. She's got vacation rentals in downtown Sebring, right on the circle down there. Super cool place to come and chill and soak up some goodness. And both of them have just been my angels, keeping us afloat. And I'm very, very grateful for their participation and belief in the mission. So thank you very much. Yeah. go. All right. So the equinox is on 3/20/2026. So that adds up to 23 and or 33 rather. In my Pythagorean cosmology, that's a very, very sacred, very elevated, very high energy master number. Some call it the Christ vibration, and I'm really, really looking forward to that energy coming in and moving out. And man, Mercury retrograde in Pisces, you can like, wow, you can so keep that, man. Like my tongue has not been connected to my mouth for about 2 weeks. Just absolutely insane. Anyway, we got a really fun bit of goodness on tonight. We are going to be talking about numerology with none other than the amazing Kelly Brickel. And we're going to be making some, Kelly's an amazing numerologist, as in addition to being a really good psychic and a medium. And I don't get to talk to people that are really that into numbers. They kind of like gloss over them, but like finding somebody that's really deep into it and uses that as part of their divination rituals is super fun. So I know you're crazy busy, and she's been just, the leading force to the whole Sacred Spiral Network. By the way, I'm sacred spiraling on the Sacred Spiral Network tonight in honor of Miss Brickel. So we are wow. Vivian said 20 inches of rain. Man, that was no joke. I hope you guys did all right. Yeah. Wow. So Kelly and I are going to talk a little bit about numbers, but we're also going to do something cool tonight, which is for about the last 30 years, I've been making music from using numerology. And I'm going to take you through the whole process of taking a name and breaking it down to the numerology, which then breaks down to musical notes, which then breaks down to colors. And it's a really crazy system. So I've been designing my own music for my own ritual use for a good while. Tom, good to see you, man. I'm really, really happy you joined us tonight. It was a good session we had yesterday. I do a sound bath every Sunday morning at a local spot here called Faded, and they've just been really intense and excellent lately. I'm digging it. Also, through the second little chunk of my my 8-module class for getting certified by the International Sound Therapy Association, which is kind of the highest certification you can get. Man, it will open a whole lot of doors. And it's also just really rounded out what I've been doing sound therapy for sound healing and therapy for a long time. And it's really great to have had some specific focus and fill in some areas and make the areas I knew like better. So super cool. So anyway, like making songs and music is a huge part of my practice, my energy practice, and making sigils, and making I don't know if any of the guys have ever gotten into sigil stuff, but it's a really, really cool way of taking a thought, a need, condensing it down to numbers, and then making those numbers into a shape that then you can charge and launch. And I use this music method all the time. And we're going to do Kelly's name tonight. We're going to do Kelly B. So that'll be super cool. Yeah. So without further ado, well, yes. Okay, next week I'm gonna Vivian. This one's definitely for you. A few weeks ago, Jennifer had a really great guest on, Dr. V, um, and she was going really deeply into like the physiology and stuff of light body, um, chakras, and you asked a bunch of really good questions, and I was like back here going, oh no, let me answer. So I decided to do a show, and I'm going to address a lot of those questions next week, and we're going to do some really cool practice with the chakras. We're going to do a charge up. We're going to do chakra breathing. I'll bring the bowls and the bear, and we'll just light everything up. Should be a really, really great session. I'm very, very excited. Brenda Lucas, welcome. So, without further ado, I bring on Kelly Brickel. Kelly Brickel, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me, Bryan. How are you doing?
Oh man, it has been a really, really crazy couple of weeks in just every way, man. And just the energy has been really kind of out there. So I'm really happy to be hanging out with a friend and talking about some numbers. How are you doing? How's everything going, man? The Sacred Spiral Network is just kind of like watching it bloom and watching you guys just stay committed with like the intensity you guys are applying to it. Really, really great to see, man. I'm really, really happy. And um, how's everything going for you? And what do you see happening coming up?
Sure. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate the good vibes. And yeah, more to come. We have a new show announcement tomorrow, actually. So we have a new show called Seen Beyond Living Transformed. And that's with Kelly Eckhart and Cheryl Murphy. So hey, more goodness on its way. And we have some other projects in the mix. So the energy is good, the energy is high. And the state of the world, my gosh, like prayers go out to the state of the world. But things are moving in a place of positivity over here. So we'll take it how we can get it.
So how'd you get into numbers? And and who did you learn from?
Sure. So I got into numbers because when I was first starting out of learning how to look into psychic mediumship, I had a lot of skepticism. I would say healthy skepticism because, and I mentioned this in stories a lot. I go, this is like potentially amazing, like that humans can do this. If it's real, why isn't it a thing? So all signs point to it's not real because it would already be out there and people would be using it for benefits and we would have intuition and we would help each other and we would be more compassionate and empathetic and we would think we're all superheroes. But that wasn't the world that I came into. And I didn't really even know about mediumship until I was a teenager digging around and then finally it started appearing on TV a little bit. So I was like, all right, this is weird. Why isn't this not a thing in the world? Let me do some research. Let me figure out what's going on from my perspective. And so eventually I was like, yeah, this stuff is real. It's a long story short. But I go, okay, if this is real, why are people using tools? Why are people using astrology, numerology, runes? Why are people using cards? Like, if it's real, there's no need for that stuff. So I started looking at systems. And the one that I really just naturally go, all right, I think there's something to this without doing really much. Like I played around with it for a couple weeks on and off. And then I was like, yeah, there's something to it. I'm curious about this. Was numerology, and I just kept researching it on the side. It was like a hobby I did while I was developing my psychic mediumship and learning about that side of life. Um, And then I just knew so much about it when I started to get more integrated that I'm like, why am I not using this in my readings? This is clearly something that people are interested in, and that's the story.
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's
can
good.
go
That's a
into
good
it.
story.
I researched a lot. It was a lot of personal research, and then I came across Glynis McCance's books. She's a numerologist, and I really, really loved and gravitated to her books because it was stuff that I had already like validated for myself, and I was just like, yeah, this woman is a fantastic numerologist. I read a lot of her stuff, and then I studied her books as I was personally developing too. So
Nice.
to answer you as well, shout out to Glynis McCance.
Hey, I want to say hi to Jennifer Rose. How you doing? Glad to see you. Make sure everybody sticks around for Jennifer's show after this, the love show. Man, bunch of new people. Hey, everybody! And you know what? Kim Princess is a birthday girl tomorrow. I'm giving Kim Princess a 2-hour reading tomorrow. We're going to start the day and blow everything up. That'll just be awesome. Can't wait.
Whoa, congratulations, Kim. My gosh, that's a amazing, awesome birthday present. Happy birthday.
Yeah, that was well, I won't bring your business onto the street. That was gifted by a good friend. So if they want to share that, they're welcome to do that. But there's a lot of good, I've met some of the best people, man, just since my little insertion into the Spiral Network. I mean, there are just some really good souls out there, man. And everybody looking for their own light and trying to spread some light, and it kind of softens my old jaded heart. Yeah, there really are out there, man. That's really awesome. Like, so
for real. No, for real. I have the pleasure of, since I really wanted to find good individuals, talented individuals, just, authenticity, especially within this work. So when I would go to classes and meet people and learn from teachers, and there was other people, on the same wavelength as I just kept in contact with so many people, and I just kept I used to research a lot, actually. Like what was the latest class in the United States? What was next to me? I still do it from time to time, but I met so many amazing people along the way who really, really care about this work, devote their lives to it. It's not just something they say. It's not just something they're interested in. It's their life, and they live by it. And they heal, they help people. They have done the personal work where they've gotten past, their dark night of the soul. They've gotten past a lot of, life keeps going on. There's always going to be challenges, but right, they've seen the light in some ways for themselves, where they have enough balance to work with other people, and they are a shining example. And I'm so blessed to have some of those people on the network, and just they're out there. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people out there.
Yeah,
good people
really are. So man, the time's already going by really fast. Let's get into the little music thing here, and let me show you what I got going on. All right, let's see here. This is a really simple system, and I would very much encourage you to try it out here. Okay. All right, so this breaks it down. This is the whole thing in a nutshell. Super easy. The big block down at the bottom with the numbers and the letters is the actual formula for breaking any name down into their numbers. So, you take a name, well, Kelly, Kelly, that's going to wind up being a 2, 3 5s, and a 7, which, as you go onto the keyboard, it would be the D, the G, right here over 5, and the B at the 7. So that's kind of like the base for that, right? And then these are the colors that relate to those tones. And this extends up and down the keyboard. Like those colors repeat in octaves. Like the next set of keys that don't have the colors above them, that's the next octave. So those colors would all be the same series of colors, but just with different tints to them, so that they all look different, and would keep elevating lighter and lighter and lighter all the way to the top, and vice versa, keep getting darker and darker and darker and more saturated all the way to the bottom. So while we're using just this thing with breaking everything down to the basic 1 through 9 numbers, you can take this all the way up to 26 and play each of the numbers on different places. So I won't get into that. All right. So super fun. And any of you guys out there that have my Wizard of Oz deck, hang on one second.
I'm loving just hearing about the colors. That's just a really cool concept. More
well,
denser
and those
colors
relate to the chakras. So while when you're playing the number, you're playing the tone, and you're playing the color vibration at the same time, which is really awesome. So I don't know if you can see this or not. Yeah, here, let me go ahead and get rid of this. Up here at the top of all of my major arcana cards, there's a little musical sequence. And that's the actual name. That's this is the devil card. So that's actually the devil broken down into the musical notes. And I wound up making songs out of all 22 major arcana cards using this as a basis.
That makes
so
sense.
You're seeing that's what this is about. All right, now.
You can break anything into words, and it's amazing how you've developed a system with musical notes. I love it. I do.
Well, Michael Zinn and I are working on an app for this, even as we speak, called the Soul Cube. So I'm pretty stoked. Yeah.
Whoa, I'm stoked too. Tell me more about it, please. Make a chance. Oh my gosh.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I kind of did a couple of little sequences. I'm not going to try to make we don't have time. So I'm going to play a couple of little piano pieces. I always break it down on the piano first. And the first one is just the exact Kelly. And then I kind of sparked it up, and I'll show you what else you can do with stacking some stuff over it for a minute. And then I've also got a song that I did as the opening for the Angel Channel. That was the whole song was based off the numbers of the words, the Angel Channel. So I'll play that for you in just a second.
Beautiful.
All right. So. Can you hear that? All right. So what we are looking at here, wow, that's too bright. You can't really see it. Kelly. So that breaks it down to that. All right. So here we go. This is going to get cool. A couple little syncopated things.
That's so cool.
So that's just those 3 notes out of you. And when I do stuff that's based out of my name, I can actually, when I listen to it, I can actually feel it. And, you know, when you spend a little time on it, it's like, it goes pretty good. So here, let me run
My crown chakra is like buzzing a little bit.
Well, that's the B. That's the B. That's the B. That's the B. It's the C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Yeah. So those especially a couple of those, I did some chords with those, with octaves of those, no other notes, but octaves of those, that note. So yeah, I'm glad you felt that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's tingling. It feels like it's moving, not just like, well, it just feels like it's doing something.
It does.
So cool.
Well, when you're like, you're not just playing a song, you're not just like, you know, hey, write me a song that does this. You're actually playing, like when I do my sound bath things on Sundays, and you're playing the bowls. Like I'm not really playing the bowls. I'm playing color and chakras and like, oh my God, it's an amazing thing. And seeing people's faces at the end of that session where they go, how'd you do that? I don't know. It just happened.
You're in it. You're in the flow.
Yeah, let me play you the Angel Channel song so you can see where something where you took some time to produce it actually works out. Yeah, the Angel Channel. Anyway, pretty fun. I'd like to toss it out. You know, I know there's some musicians out there. And if you have questions, you want to try it out and you have questions, just email me, man. I'm so happy to share and help you along the way with that. I think it's really a blast. And I have to ask, did anyone like bust it on the light painting last week? Anybody do anything? Like if you guys do some light paintings, man, send them to me. We're putting them on the show. And I got 3 new spinners, man. They're like 6 people now that are actually sending me videos of them moving an object with their energy. Yahoo! And I had this crazy, man, like, what if we got 50 of us together and we all had that and we like concentrated our energy on a singular point? There's
I think
you should happen with that.
That should be a show. That straight up should be a show where you just get everybody together to do one thing with telekinetics. That sounds amazing.
We kind of did that with my son. You know, that night we did that ritual and we all were gathered around and we blasted him off. And like, man, I felt that in a really visceral way. We were all connected in a really, really super intense way. So
strong.
Yeah.
It was strong. It's when people come together, it's amazing. That's what I'm saying. We got to do more with that. We don't do enough with community, especially with very specific community, because we can move mountains. And I'm glad you're sharing this because I don't think a lot of people know that you've created your song intro for Being the Light, the Angel Show. Like, you are so fantastically creative.
Thank you. I've never. I always get embarrassed. Thank you very much.
That means it's from the heart.
I know you do, and I'm very grateful for that. And it's you know, it's just what I do. It's not like I think I'm a badass because it's just like that's what my little kid does. Man, he goes out and makes stuff, you know, and it's always nice to hear that back. So thank you.
My little kid acknowledges your little kid.
Right.
I think you're freaking awesome. You're rad.
We gotta get Jennifer and you and my little boy, and we'll have the best sandbox ever.
Like what? Yeah, like what can we all really do if we just get down to it, right?
There's nothing that you can't do if you like want it bad enough and work hard enough towards it. There's nothing that's totally impossible. Nothing. I've seen that with my own eyes. And I've broken that through that, like that whole part of my practice, that whole telekinetic, that's like everything you do in that, every single thing you do, spinning the rod, bringing in the salt from the thing, like, yes, moving clouds, making it rain, like all of that's impossible. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that.
We can. We
Oh
can.
yeah. And once you realize that, there's nothing that like you go, wow, no, that's not even worth trying. And you'd be just, I have amazed myself like more times than I can tell you, like thinking something was going to be impossible at the beginning of it, and then just going, you know what, just give it a shot, man. And all of a sudden you're making like, wow, holy moly, man, that just happened. All right. How about we make some sacred space and do a little mini meditation breathing thing. We'll do a little cleanse, and then we'll dive into some readings if you're up for that. I know a bunch of people are here.
Yeah, I'm up for it. Evelyn wants to give you some kudos, though.
Evelyn wants to what? Oh yeah, thank you. I actually sent that. Evelyn sent that to me, and that's that whole little. Yeah, she reminded me of the whole like writing it, so that's why I kind of like had the class idea. So thanks, Evie, appreciate it. All right,
More needs to be done with it. I'm very excited where this is all going to go.
All right, so we are going to make some sacred space. And what we're actually doing is we're going to, yes, Vivian, we can move mountains. Yes, that's exactly right. So we're going to create some sacred space. I'm going to send out a little energy vortex, and everybody connects to that. And when I do a little go around here and do a little clang, when you hear the clang, what I'm doing in my space is I'm blasting out from my solar plexus 360 degrees, white light all around the room, and just purifying anything that's hanging around or any energy from the day, and just getting it very, very smooth and pristine with no outside influences. Yes, let's play. All right, so here we go. So when you hear the clang, blast it out in your own space. You will feel the difference. With the brilliant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the brilliant, radiant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the brilliant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With absolute gratitude, love, and light, we come together today to create our sacred circle, our place of safety and sanctuary. We ask that our angels, guides, and allies be with us, join us. We ask that they share their wisdom, their knowledge, and their absolute love of the source. We ask that we have eyes to see, ears to hear, and the wisdom to understand. And with absolute gratitude for all of it, the good, the bad, and especially the ugly. Infinite unconditional love and our wish for bliss to the source. We open our circle. Man, the angels all have on their happy shoes tonight. All right, let's take a real quick ride down to blank space. Blank space is the hardest place in meditation to get, but it's also the best place and the answer to being able to ride the quantum field, which is going to be very important in the near future. So, for any new people out there, what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 really deep breaths. You're going to use your solar plexus to draw, take it in through your nose, and bring in beautiful golden healing source energy. And let that energy just infuse your whole body, go everywhere. If you have something specific that's hurting you, need some health healing, focus your intent on that spot at the beginning and send all of that energy there. All right. Really stretch it out. When you think you have a full breath, a little more in. So you just fill it completely. All right. And then on the ride out, we're just going to slowly, as your breath goes out, we're going to be talking down to, hey, Kelly, would you hit your mute, please?
Yes, absolutely.
We're going to be slowly riding down and just getting to that space where it's like completely still. All right. When I get through it, and the last couple words will be deeper, and then the very last word will be silence. And then what I want you to do when I hit silence is not take another breath, just freeze like you're a machine that just got turned off. And we're just going to hang in that space for 6, 7, 8 seconds. And we're going to write that groove of being in that place where everything's shut off. And then we'll take another deep breath. We'll repeat the same thing. And then on the last one, we'll stay for 30 seconds. All right. And yeah, we'll see how much time's left after that. All right. So here we go. Inhale. In through the nose, use your solar plexus. Stretch it out as deep as you can. And release the noise, the chaos, the static of the world fading away into the distance. No thoughts, no mind, deeper, deeper silence. And inhale. Really make it count. Go deep. And release. Sinking deeper into the blissful silence. No future, no past. Deeper, deeper silence. Last one. We're going to hold this one for 30 at the end. Just take a couple deep, shallow breaths, but try really hard just to stay in blank space. Inhale. Golden source energy. Warm, healing. Fill it to the max. And release. Sinking into the quiet. Shh. Deeper silence. $15. And 30. Take a nice deep breath, but stay right where you are. I'm going to grab an angel card for the collective while everybody's in the zone. Words of wisdom for our energy family. Words of wisdom for our energy family. Words of wisdom for our energy family. Curious. Number 26, the angel of ambition. Oh. Sorry, let me get my little readings. There could be disagreements among the players on the team. You could be feeling frustrated and stifled by the constant clashing of ideas. Deal with your frustrations, these feelings of being restricted, contained, or held back. When you are confronted by differing ideas with no flexibility, wow, that's like the whole world. It creates confusion over what you're doing. The project loses focus and never gets completed. You need a unified team if balance is to be achieved. Look deeply at your own conflicting beliefs first. Make adjustments. That's always a place to look first. The mirror. Make adjustments and seek a unified solution. Look for the win-win in every situation. Find an idea that encompasses all points of view. Be creative. You will feel the sense of harmony, which will create exciting new possibilities. Allow yourself to revel in the generosity and attention you receive from others. Awaken to your self-awareness and release your confined spirit. The tarot card that goes with this is the Four of Wands. It's like the four corners on the celebration tent. Yeah. So, Kelly, I know everybody showed up to get a Kelly Brickel reading. You want to reach out and find some people to grab? You up for it?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. They came for both of us.
Yeah.
Double duo duties.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. We've opened up the space. The energy is high and bright, thanks to Bryan. Just setting everything up so beautifully. I'm going to do a mixture of probably card pulls and maybe some numerology, however I'm drawn. So everyone just let me know if you're here, and that's how I will go to you. And if you have a question, please ask it, or I'm just going to go to you for a general reading. So you just let me know. Yes, thank you, Bryan. I'm going to go to good vibes. Good vibes. Do you have a question? If not, I'm just going to go to general. So, good vibes. And also really quick, if you're from the UK, please write out your month. So if you're born in May, instead of a 5, if you could just put MAY, so I know not to mix up your month and day, because we read them differently in different countries. Okay. Work related. All right. Thank you, good vibes. Okay. All right. So let me go. You gave me your birthday too. That was nice of you. Where is that? All of a sudden it disappeared on me. But I know you're an attitude 5, so we'll open up the space with that. So attitude 5 is basically you have to make peace with the fact that you are one who is an adventurer, whether it's on the outside, external, or the inside. You will get bored if you put your energies into just the same thing, like other people do to grow and become more skilled. You will grow and become more skilled by doing a little here, doing a little there, and then merging them together to create an aha moment, to create something with the sum of its parts rather than just one lane, being really good at one lane. So I encourage you, if you're bored, that is your sign to switch things at work. This is like really classical. Your question is about work. This is very classical in general when it comes to how you live out your life day to day. Like, does it really fulfill you? You're also in a personal year of 6, and your personal year of 6 is all about like what is really working for you and if you're really supported. So that's another thing. If your family or your friends are not showing up the way they want to, is your work environment. And if your work environment is, you just have to make sure you're growing in there. And if you're not, there's not much to think about. It's time to do something new. Let me pull some cards for you though, because I'm in the mood.
Can I pulled 3, yeah. So the first card's the Ace of Swords. That's all about, you've got new plans in the works, man. Keep going with them because you are so supportive. It's the 6 of Cups followed by the 9 of Cups. So it's like goodness and happiness and joy and nostalgia looking back on stuff. And it's the 9 of Cups, like right at the edge of absolute emotional, like, joy. So whatever you're working on, the new plans you got, like, forge ahead, man. Like, super good.
I do think it's about forging ahead and letting go of the former life. And please let us know if you understand this. Good vibes. But there is a nod to like having pressure over something that has happened before. It could be directly involving a person, but it's like, do not let the patterns that were once there influence what happens now. Like, you can dissolve, you can just rewrite yourself going forward, and rewrite who's, I'm going to say it again, rewrite who's in your group, rewrite who's around you, rewrite who's closest to you. So I feel like there's pressure in that area, and really you have to get your power back to understand that it might not be the first thing you know how to do, but you have everything inside of you to completely eliminate the problem. And this is around people, options, and also like there's something like attached to someone is intimidating or making you feel uncomfortable, putting pressure on the situation. And if you can understand this also doesn't have to be directly with work, this person, but it's coming into my awareness that there is somebody making you uncomfortable about how you want to move next. And it's like, do not worry about them. Eliminate them from your field. Put them into a past placement, not a current placement or a future placement. Wow, don't have any plans yet, but sounds great. Thank you. Yeah, so you're wondering about like what to do with work. The message was, if you're getting bored, you have to change something. And if you're happy where you're at, you have to make sure you have community there. Can't think of anyone in particular. Okay. It's okay. Just putting it out into the mix. I just think it's I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but basically there was a feeling of someone coming up into my awareness, and that you don't normally deal with them, but it's almost like they expected you to do something for them. And again, you don't see them a lot, but when they come up, you're all of a sudden a little bit like panicked or uncomfortable, and it reminds you of some of the things that you have not worked on within yourself that apply to other areas. So there's just think about some people that you see rarely or routinely, and they represent things that you have not dealt with. I'm putting it out there, and you're saying, yeah, not sure, want to change, a bit bored, but love what I do. Okay, well, you can stay there and just change something about it. You don't have to change everything. You just have to change something. And that's really important to know and do. Bryan, should I keep going or
Let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. We got tons of people like lined up, so we'll hardly be able to get to all of them.
Sure.
And let me just say one last thing. Like it might not be clicking right now, but like I can't tell you how many times, man, you don't get those kind of cards with it not being happening. And changing up your environment, like that doesn't mean that you don't still get to do what you do and what you love, but there's definitely goodness coming up for you in a really huge way. I pulled an angel card while Kelly was talking, and that was the expiation of light. The first three lines in that, the first three words in that reading are victory, victory, victory. Man, you've got the 9 of cups, so keep your eyes out, and something exciting might just be right on the edge. We are coming up on the equinox. Keep your eyes open.
The vernal equinox. All right. So should I pick or you pick or?
Yeah, go ahead. It's your night, baby.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go to. Good Vibe says, I feel like I need to trust the process and it will sort itself out. Yes. And you'll see how it sorts itself out.
You're welcome.
All right.
Keep your eyes on.
I'm going to go to Danielle. Danielle. Would appreciate one, please. I passed next time. Would appreciate one, please. Okay. You just let us know if you have a question or if it's a general. And I'm guessing you're November. You would have to be because it's 21. So you're November 21st. Okay. So you're a 5-2 as well.
33.
All right. So there's a theme usually when I read that starts to appear, like people just come in with the same numbers in the same placements. It happens all the time. So just like good vibes, this message can apply to you too. There is a change that needs to continue to be addressed within your life. So Danielle, you will understand this slightly different, of course, because your energy is just different and your needs are different than good vibes. But if you can understand, if you made a change last year, and so now it's just a matter of if that change is sticking to feeling like you have support, that you feel like you have grace where you're at, that you feel like you did the hard work and you're seeing some of the payoff. And then you're saying, will I pass my exam? Oh, that's what she's asking. Will I pass my exam? Yes, 21st November. And that's your birthday, or is that the date of the exam?
Yeah, she'll pass your exam. That's the 10 of Pentacles. That's like the abundance card. Like they're so nice today, man. Last week, they were so like strict and stern, man. Everybody's getting the good news.
I feel like she's going to be okay, but I feel like there is, regarding your exam, there's a lack of focus. You're going to be fine. I just feel like, for most of us, there's overstimulation going on. I feel like you think you can do it, but you're concerned because you're not focusing. You're saying, I failed it last week, but got my reset soon. I think that you can take it again. So there is this feeling of, I feel like I can do it, but at the same time, I'm not sure and I'm all over the place. That's why there's like the instability kind of going on. And you're saying, yes, a lot of stress. There needs to be like a firm foundation in place and a commitment that you're going to get this done rather than like, I'm sure I'll get it done. Because sometimes like we have, focus on our side where we will it to happen, and that's great. But when we have like some of the bigger things at play, we need a little bit more than will on our side. So there needs to be a morning routine, like more sharper. I just see like a coffee cup in my hand, and so I'm guessing like, when you're stimulated, your energy is proper and flowing and straight and regimented. I just feel like I'm all over the place. I feel like, again, Bryan's like, you're gonna get it done, but how can I put it? And this is why I'm talking. This is even the reason why I'm talking about it. You're gonna get it done, but it's like you don't have to be making yourself sick over getting it done. You don't have to be
true. You're right.
Out while you're getting it done. Go for it, Bryan.
No, I was just I couldn't agree with you more. And just, start cutting down to singular focuses. Don't try to do 20 different things all at one time, and you wind up finding yourself just running around in a circle and not being very efficient with all of those. Just a little pre-planning and organization, getting like a list together of like and just applying enough energy to those things to get them done really efficiently, and boom. And you apply that to your study or whatever your exam is about, and yeah, you'll do fine. You'll do better than fine, actually, if you really focus on it. So
yeah, that's what I think should do better than fine. But I'm gonna call you out. You're not fine. I don't know when you are going to, but if you really, really want life to be easier, plan, even though this is going to go in your favor ultimately, what you need to do with this test.
Danielle, I'm going to give you a gift that like someone gave to me, and I've been trying to share it with as many people as I possibly can. I won't go into a lengthy thing about this. I'll do another show on this. But your hand and your your hand relates to all kinds of emotional energies. Your thumb is worry, your first finger is fear, your middle finger is anger, and your last finger or your ring finger is grief. And the only thing you have to do, if you're sitting there before the test and you start to like get all wigged out, all you have to do is sit there and hold your thumb or hold your first finger. And that's all you have to do. You don't have to focus on it. You don't have to put energy in it. It's a system called Jinsen Jitsu. And I swear by it for years and years and years and years and years. I'm like such an intense person emotionally, man, that like before I go on, I make sure I'm like all in the good zone. And I resisted using it for years because it seemed too easy. So I would throw it out to you and say it would be a really great trick to pull out in this particular situation. Super easy. Worst thing that could happen is nothing. Best thing that could happen is it keeps you like, it doesn't make what you're worried go away, but it gives your emotional like landscape like focus and centeredness enough to be able to deal with it, because nothing's really out of our ability to deal with it. It's just how you perceive it and how you go through it. Anyway, I'll be enough of that. But thumb, worry, fear, anger.
I just feel like, she just has to surrender to like the restlessness of her body and not try to distract herself.
Yeah.
We all have to do that though, but in different ways. But yeah, like as you're talking, I feel like I want to take pieces of paper and throw it in trash bins, or I want to curl up pieces of paper and throw it against the wall. I want to zone out. I'm restless. I'm moving around in my chair. The things that I'm supposed to be doing, I'm just kind of looking elsewhere and super restless.
Well, that's Mercury retrograde in Pisces, like all over the place. Yeah.
Oh, and she's saying oral, I struggled. What I will say, I'll just say one thing too. So everyone's so different with how they speak and talk, but I would write out, 5 points or maybe just even 3, and then I would just look at the subject of and start talking. So like if I wanted to talk about pizza, I would make the subject tomatoes, cheese, crust, and then or if you want to talk about roast turkey, you would talk about, like a marinade, the oven temperature, gosh, I don't know, vegetables, whatever, however you want to break it up. I'm thinking about food a lot. And you would just, as you're talking about the turkey, you would go, okay, like, let me talk about, the different marinades about this turkey. Or let me talk about the different vegetables that go with this turkey, and then see if you can talk about each of those subjects for just 5 minutes, and just see if you can trust yourself to say whatever with something that you already know about that topic. You can do that with like going out to the park. Can you talk about sidewalks for 5 minutes? You probably could. Can you talk about a certain type of tree? Like, let's say there's a lot of oak trees in the park. You probably could. I don't know. I just felt like I just had to pass it on. Anyway, let's go back to this.
Hey, somebody's like kind of jumping out for me. I'd love to give them
Orthopedics.
Yeah, an angel card reading. Here, hold on 1 second. Where did that go? I rolled right by it. Oh, Carissa Guthrie. All right, Carissa, take a really nice deep breath. Get really focused. If you have a specific question, beam it to me really hard.
And then who are you with?
Words of wisdom for my friend Carissa. Words of wisdom for my friend Carissa. Words of wisdom for my friend Carissa. Ah, yes. Okay. Number 37, the angel of breaking the circle. Here we go. Here we go. You are at an impasse and have no idea which way to turn. The crashing waves of your emotions have made it difficult to know what to do. You don't want to rock the boat, so you're very reluctant to express your opinions unless you are forced to. You seek to maintain calm through your projected rationality, which causes you to ignore your own intuitions. It is the conflict between your opinions and others which is causing the stalemate and indecision. You already know what to do. You're just telling yourself you don't in order to avoid a difficult situation. I'm the master of that. The picture is clear. You have deliberately closed your eyes and told yourself you were blind so that you will not have to choose between friend and enemy. It's this very choice, which is your first step to involving yourself with people again. Your attempts to protect yourself have walled off your heart and stifled your emotion. This attempt to stop your emotions is literally making you more emotional. Let go and sit in the beauty of stillness and wait for the light to come. Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah, Carissa. I don't really have anything to add to that. That's pretty clear.
Be in the stillness and wait for the wonder to come. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, looks like we have about maybe time for two more.
Carissa says thank you.
You guys are doing a love show tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, then we have time for 1 or 2 more.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, you're helping me think about how I write. Okay, so I'm going to go to Joey. He's been in here. And everyone's giving me their numbers. Joey, we have another attitude 5. You can't make this stuff up. So Joey, you're a 5, 8, 4, and yeah, that's correct. And something that just jumps out is you have really different numbers. So sometimes, like, if you can understand this from just a young age and into being a young adult and navigating the world, it almost feels like you come across too many different types of situations to have like a firm operating system or belief system. It's almost like you get all these different things coming at you and you're just like, I'm really just trying to figure it out. Like you want freedom, but at the same time you are all about responsibility. There's these black and white contrasting concepts, and you're just like, I'm just really trying to figure it out and how it applies for me. And then I can start to try to do that with the other people around me. But I'm even trying to put my head on straight with it. You're saying, yep, right on. Thank you for understanding. It's because, like, and this is like part of the numerology at hand, you have a personality who's very free spirited, but then your life path requires hard work, focus, regiment, planning. So again, we have these you're wondering, why am I like this? It's because you need to play these both parts of you in order to be happy in the first place. So it's not one versus the other. You have to utilize both. Ultimately, as you go on, you'll get more into consistency, but you always need to have your spontaneity present. There is an urge for you to travel, but not travel alone. I feel like you do a lot of things on your own from time to time, and the universe is saying, like, and encouraging you to take somebody along with you. It doesn't have to be the most obvious person, but there's a need for companionship within your life. There's a need for not feeling alone within your life, even though you're fine being alone. There is a need for you to heal matters of the heart. And we don't have to heal matters of the heart in the most conventional ways where we think, well, I should start here. I should really do that. No, it's about just living from the heart in general and understanding that there's good people around that make us happy. And then you start to be okay with dealing with people just in general. You're like, I do a lot of work and hiking alone. I'd love to travel with my wife. Can you understand, though, that like you haven't had a really chance to travel with your wife, though, as much as you've already just told me that anyway. But what am I trying to do with it? I feel like there's a nod for going out with your friends more as well as with your wife more. And I feel like that's going to help heal your heart with the inconsistencies of kind of being mad at the world right now and understanding that like humanity exists. And we already know that with the way we love our friends, but sometimes we need to have some daily, like, I appreciate you, man. Or like, wow, I'm like doing this amazing thing with you. Life isn't that bad right now. There needs to be more moments like that to heal your heart with everything that's going on, and to give you more consistency in your sense of person. So I would go there first. I'm gonna pass it to Bryan wherever he wants to go.
There looks to be kind of like an emergency like need out there. I want to go ahead and jump to someone else here. Charlene, I'm going to take care of your girlfriend.
Sure.
And I'm sending this out to my friend Tammy Joe. I will. We're not going to have time to do that tonight, but I will send you over something in the morning. Okay. All right, Charlene, take a really nice deep breath and get really focused. Let go of the like intensity and just get still. Words of wisdom for my friend Charlene. Words of wisdom for my friend Charlene. Words of wisdom for my friend Charlene. Okay, number 8, the angel of divine blessings. One of my favorite angels. There we are. Ha! Karmic lessons are never easy. Accept this and understand the challenge. Don't surrender. Find your new treasures in the rubble of the old. New potentials are created by a setback. Worry takes you out of the moment. Jitsu, that's the truth. The only place where you can affect change is right now. Live in the moment and handle the bumps as they come. Stay clear of the what ifs of tomorrow and the if onlys of yesterday. You're experiencing a deep spiritual need. Go deep within and seek inner counsel. Talk to the source in the morning. Just talk. Connect. Realize that you are a part of the source. You're a spark of the actual source. And connect. There's great help and healing there for you. Your preoccupation with the past and the future has you stuck in a loop. You're accustomed to yourself suffering. A difficult collapse can free you. Whether or not you choose to recycle the debris of the collapse into something better totally depends on you and the people you surround yourself with. When you find things difficult to understand, keep positive and look for the light ahead. You know, it's like your cards have all been kind of like a theme for the night. Like, look for the light ahead. Like winds up being a theme for the night here too. Everything changes. Nothing is forever. Not even a bad situation.
That's true. Not even a bad situation. I love it. I really quickly just want to give some love to Tammy before we go. I'll just something really quick. So I got it's almost the opposite of Joey's reading, Tammy, and it was all about like putting presence on yourself and getting back to you through understanding yourself. So I feel like you're healing, but you're almost doing things to distract yourself through other people and through adventure, and it's taking away from some of that inner strength of what you need to look at to heal. So the friendship's good, the putting yourself out into the world, that's good. All of that, thumbs up, but there's a piece that it really, really needs to be in effect in order for things to get better and to give you true peace. So I'm giving that to Tammy, and then that's all.
Yeah, that's great. That's absolutely perfect. I'll still send you over a card in the morning, Tammy.
Please, please, yes, please.
Yeah.
Work your magic with Tammy.
Thanks for that, Kelly.
Absolutely.
Tammy's a great person, man, and she's like on the path and like she's on the workbench and working on herself like really hard, and I'm really, really proud of her, the stick-to-itiveness and the dedication to it, and like, yeah, I want to throw all my encouragement that way I possibly can. Well, listen, we are dead at the end of our roll. Thank you all, you guys, for coming. You know, I would strongly encourage you, if you didn't get a personal reading tonight, like the more I do this, the more I realize that the people that jump out and get personal readings, those are for them, but they're also for all of us too, man. It was like collective card city tonight, man. So just kind of like think about it and soak it in yourself, you know. Jennifer, thanks very much. I'll see you soon. All right. Anything else to add, Kelly?
Everyone, please be patient and loving to yourself and others. The world is wacky. That's all I have to say.
Wacky. That's true. That's true. So hit that like, subscribe, leave a comment, please, for all of that stuff. I would really very much appreciate it. And Next week, we are going to be doing chakras. So I'm like super, super stoked for that. And just want to send my love out to all you guys. Kim Princess, I'll see you in the morning.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, girlfriend. Happy birthday. Yeah, man. Enjoy them. All right. So without further ado, we joyously come to the end of our gathering and send everyone on their happy, glowing way. We thank the angels, our guides and allies, for their wisdom, their fun, and their joy with the source. With absolute gratitude for all of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, infinite, unconditional love, and our wish for bliss to the source. Until next week, be in the light.